صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Chapter on the statement of Allah. And Allah did take Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, as a Khalil, an intimate friend. Quran, chapter 4, verse 125. And his statement, Verily, Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, was an Ummah, a leader having all the good righteous qualities, or a nation, obedient to Allah, Hanifa, that is, to worship none but Allah. Quran, chapter 16, verse 120. And his statement, Verily, Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham was Awwah, one who invokes Allah with humility, glorifies him, and remembers him much, and was forebearing. Quran, chapter 9, verse 114. Narrated Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, You will be gathered on the day of judgment, barefooted, naked, and not circumcised. He then recited, As we began the first creation, we shall repeat it. It is a promise binding upon us. Truly, we shall do it. Quran, chapter 21, verse 104. He added, The first to be dressed on the day of resurrection will be Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, and some of my companions will be taken towards the left side, that is, to the hellfire, and I will say, My companions, my companions. It will be said, They had been renegades, deserted Islam after you left them. Then I will say, as the pious slave of Allah, that is, Isa, peace be upon him, Jesus said, And I was a witness over them while I dwelt amongst them, up to the All-Wise. Quran, chapter 5, verses 117 and 118. See Hadith number 3447. Narrated Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, On the day of resurrection, Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham will meet his father Azar, whose face will be dark and covered with dust. The Prophet, Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham will say to him, Didn't I tell you not to disobey me? His father will reply, Today I will not disobey you. Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham will say, O Lord, you promised me not to disgrace me on the day of resurrection, and what will be more disgraceful to me than cursing and dishonoring my father? Then Allah will say to him, I have forbidden paradise for the disbelievers. Then he will be addressed, O Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, look, what is underneath your feet? He will look, and there he will see a dhik, or hyena, an animal, blood-stained, which will be caught by the legs and thrown in the hellfire. Footnote: Ibrahim's, peace be upon him, Abraham, father, will be transformed into an animal and thrown into the fire, for his Muslim son's intercession will not avail, as he was an infidel. Ibrahim, peace be upon him, then will repudiate his father. Narrated Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, entered Kaaba and found in it the pictures of Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, and Maryam, Mary. On that he said, What is the matter with them? That is, Quraysh. They have already heard that angels do not enter a house in which there are pictures, yet this is the picture of Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham. And why is he depicted as practicing divination by arrows? Narrated Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him. When the Prophet, peace be upon him, saw pictures in the Kaaba, he did not enter it till he ordered them to be erased. When he saw the pictures of Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, and Ismail, peace be upon him, Ishmael, having the azlam, arrows of divination, in their hands, he said, May Allah curse them, that is, the Quraysh. By Allah, neither Ibrahim nor Ismail practiced divination by arrows, peace be upon them. Narrated Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, the people said, O Allah's Messenger, who is the most honorable amongst the people with Allah? He said, Al-Muttaqun, the most pious and righteous amongst them. They said, We do not ask you about this. He said, Then Yusuf, peace be upon him, Joseph, Allah's prophet, the son of Allah's prophet, the son of Allah's prophet, the son of Allah's Khalil, that is, Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham. They said, We do not want to ask about this. He said, Then you want to ask about the descendants of the Arabs, Those who were the best in the pre-Islamic period of ignorance will be the best in Islam, provided they comprehend the religious knowledge. Footnote 1. Al-Muttaqun means pious and righteous persons who fear Allah much, abstains from all kinds of sins and evil deeds which He has forbidden, and love Allah much, perform all kinds of good deeds which He has ordained. Footnote 2. Khalil, the one whose love is mixed with one's heart and it is superior to a friend or beloved. The Prophet, peace be upon him, had only one Khalil, that is Allah, but he had many friends. Narrated Samura, may Allah be pleased with him. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, said, 2 persons came to me at night in dream and took me along with them. We passed by a tall man who was so tall that I was not able to see his head, and that person was Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham. Narrated Mujahid that when the people mentioned before Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, that Ad-Dajjal would have the word kafir, that is, disbeliever, or the letters kaf, fa, ra, the root of the Arabic verb disbelieve, written on his forehead. I heard Ibn Abbas saying, I did not hear this, but the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, if you want to see Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, then look at your companion, that is, the Prophet, peace be upon him. But Musa, peace be upon him, Moses, was a curly-haired brown man who used to ride a red camel, the reins of which were made of fibers of date palms, as if I were now looking at him descending down a valley. Footnote. Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, looked like our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Narrated Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, said, Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, did his circumcision with kadum and adz at the age of 80. Narrated Abu Az-Zinad as above in Hadith number 3356, with kadum, a short adz. Narrated Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, said, Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, did not tell a lie except on 3 occasions. Narrated Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him. Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, did not tell a lie except on 3 occasions. Twice for the sake of Allah, when he said, I am sick, and he said, I have not done this, but the big idol has done it. The third was that while Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, and Sarah, his wife, were going on a journey, they passed by the territory of a tyrant from amongst the tyrants. Someone said to the tyrant, this man, that is, Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, is accompanied by a very charming lady. So he sent for Ibrahim, peace be upon him, and asked him about Sarah, saying, who is this lady? Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, said, she is my sister. Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, went to Sarah and said, O Sarah, there are no believers on the surface of the earth except you and I. This man asked me about you, and I have told him that you are my sister, so don't contradict my statement. The tyrant then called Sarah, and when she went to him, he tried to take hold of her with his hand, but his hand got stiff, and he was confounded. He asked Sarah, pray to Allah for me, and I shall not harm you. So Sarah asked Allah to cure him, and he got cured. He tried to take hold of her for the second time, but his hand got as stiff as, or stiffer than before, and was more confounded. He again requested Sarah, pray to Allah for me, and I will not harm you. Sarah asked Allah again, and he became all right. He then called one of his guards, who had brought her, and said, you have not brought me a human being, but have brought me a devil. The tyrant then gave Hajar as a girl servant to Sarah. Sarah came back to Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, while he was offering salah, prayer. Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, gesturing with his hand, asked, what has happened? She replied, Allah has spoiled the evil plot of the infidel or immoral person and gave me Hajar for service. Abu Hurairah then addressed his listener, saying that Hajar was your mother, O Bani Ma'is Sama', that is, the Arabs. Footnote 1. The idolaters invited Ibrahim, Abraham, peace be upon him, to join them in their celebrations outside the city. But he refused, claiming that he was sick. When he was left alone, he came to their idols and broke them into pieces. When the idolaters questioned him, he claimed that he had not destroyed their idols, but the chief idol had, which Ibrahim, peace be upon him, left undisturbed, and on whose shoulder he had put an axe to lay the accusation on it. Footnote 2. Bani Ma'is Sama means the children of the water of sky, rain. It is said that he called the Arabs by this name because they depended for their livelihood on natural pastures grown by means of rain. Narrated Sharik, may Allah be pleased with him. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, ordered that house lizards should be killed and said, "It," that is, house lizard, blew the fire on Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham. Footnote 1. When Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Abraham, was thrown into the fire, it is said all the animals tried to extinguish the fire except house lizard, which blew on it. Narrated Abdullah, may Allah be pleased with him, when the following verse was revealed. It is those who believe in the oneness of Allah and worship none but Him alone, and confuse not their belief with zulm, wrong, that is, by worshipping others besides Allah. For them only there is security, and they are the rightly guided. Quran, chapter 6, verse 82. We said, O Allah's Messenger, who is there amongst us who has not done zulm, wrong to himself? He replied, It is not as you say, for zulm in the verse and confuse not their belief, with zulm means shirk, that is, joining others in worship with Allah. Haven't you heard Luqman saying to his son, O my son, join not in worship others with Allah. Verily, joining others in worship with Allah is a great zulm, wrong indeed. Quran, chapter 31, verse 13.